Hi guys, we're going to have a little chat about another one of the winners from 6th edition of 40k, and that has to be flamers.
Anybody with one of them templates.
Those template weapons. In particular, of course, flamers, because let's face it, flamers are probably the ones that you get most access to. If you're playing Marines, of course, that's the only weapon you get, but I have some of my Orc burners, the old Games Workshop Orc burners, who've been brought out of retirement, been given new cromlech heads.
Now, are you allowed to do that, or will you get a letter through the post
I
telling you that you're not allowed to do that?
I'm not allowed to put a different head on it.
No, because that's made out of special, is it metal or resin or made out of special GW materials that nobody else's parts stick to, probably.
Well, that's it. Well, either way, these guys, for orcs, burner boys are just so good now. If you're looking for a defensive unit, basically as many flamers as you can get in that unit is just superb now.
The only problem with burner boys is did they not take up the same slot as Ludus?
They do, unfortunately.
That's the only downside to burner boys is they take up the same slot as Ludus. These are great. We were chatting about flamers, and we have some of our Blood Angel guys here, and we have an Ultramarine bringing up the rear all by himself.
Anybody we could find with a flamer, basically, just stick on a table.
Pretty much. All my flamer dudes are in the house. But they're just great across the board. They're great for defending your tanks.
Yep.
Big line of guys around your tanks. And there's units out there that can get lots of flamers. Burner Boys are the easiest one because they get lots of just regular flamers.
Yep.
I became a huge fan of combi flamers for my Space Wolves because they're great.
Yeah, the combi flamer, of course, being that you can use it as a bolt gun.
Yeah.
Right up until the point where someone charges you, and then
Or-
suddenly
or
everybody's
you
got a
get the
flamer.
charge,
Or you get a charge, and suddenly
you
everybody's got a flamer.
fire your bolt gun, then all of a sudden toast everything. Imperial Guard love them.
That's it. Of course, the thing is, the Guard get flamers as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's loads of Guard players out there who have loads of flamers
Hellhound,
sitting
isn't
about.
it?
The Hellhound is a great.
Has to be one of the best little vehicles. It's not that expensive in points, and it's got that, I think it's called Torrent special rule, where you send the flamer forward like that, and then you go, I'm shooting this way with my flamer.
As long as the narrow end of the template is closer to you than
as long as this end's closer to the guy who's shooting. With a normal flamer, you have to put it in base contact with the model. Do you see what I noticed? They haven't clarified, do I have to put it at the front of my base?
That's one of your old favourites, Darryl. Flaming through yourself, isn't that?
Because you can put it at the side of your base. This is only sometimes it may help you. You can put it at the side of your base, or even to the back of your base, possibly. There's nothing to say. It just has to touch your base. It doesn't mention the nearest part of your base around, but that's only slight.
Yeah, but of course the big thing about flamers is that it's the wall of death rule that really has brought them, stomped them back to the top of the table for weapons. What Wall of Death does is, on Overwatch, if you assault these guys, they flamer you and it hits you automatically D3 times, which is brilliant because normally Overwatch is hitting a 6.
Yeah.
So
even if the guy, say it was this guy, even if he's at the back, normally you can't flame through your own unit, but in Overwatch he can.
Yes, in Overwatch it specifically states that you get D3 automatic hits.
Because we were looking at these Orc boys and we were wondering, what would be the circumstances you would ever charge with?
They're very, very limited. So they are. The Burner Boy actually has a good bit of an advantage in that his burner not only counts as a flamer template weapon, but it's also a power weapon as well. So it's an AP3 power weapon.
Obviously,
if he doesn't shoot it.
Find an axe-looking head to put in that there.
Well,
because you're initiative 2 anyway.
Well, I think it would count as an unusual power weapon, so it's going to be AP3 regardless. But
I know.
The thing is, I don't think it really matters much because you're never going to shoot. You're never going to not shoot that flamer if you can shoot it.
Now, the only time I ever see orcs charging is maybe if they're up against guardsmen or something.
Yeah, one of the best things about the Burner Boys and any of those other, I think is it a guard unit that gets multiple flamers as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a specialist unit that can take like up to 4 or 5 special weapons.
I'm not 100% certain on that. There's not that many units I can think of throughout 40k that can just take lots and lots of flamers. But
the thing is, the important thing is, Burner Boys, and I think it's a specialist guard because you can put them in a Chimera as well. They can do the same thing.
Which 5 on flamer at top of Chimera.
That's it. If anybody tries to assault that vehicle, they all get to shoot.
Yeah, if it's an open top vehicle, you wouldn't get the snap out of a Chimera.
No,
you would get the snap out of all the open top vehicles.
No, you can snap. All the guys can shoot out of the open top vehicle.
Yeah, but I mean,
only one guy per access point.
Yeah, but
can flamer.
If you're getting charged, in a hard-top vehicle you wouldn't get to. In an open-top vehicle, if you get charged, all your guys can snapfire.
Well, the burner boys all get a snapfire. All 15. I've only got 5 of them there because the rest of them still have to be undercoated yet. but no, 15 of them all firing out is certainly a deterrent against going anywhere near their battle wagon. The only orc vehicle you should ever consider now.
I don't see too many units that would actually want to run through that.
No, and again, then
15, so an average of 30 hits, maybe 45. Well, 14 including your big mech.
Yeah, because the big mech can buy a burner as well.
Yeah. So 15 all snap firing. Who would want to charge through that snap fire? You'd either have to be very tough. Even Terminators, you're going. If you get the average of 30 hits, 15 wounds, what that is? 2.5 dead, almost 3 dead Terminators on an average roll.
The Eldar Avatar, because he's immune to flamers. But that's about it. That's about it. But yeah, again, the whole point of this is that these flamers have now taken a big jump forward. They're your defensive weapon of choice. If you're in a unit that can't really fight in close combat, the more flamers you can get into it, the better they become as a close combat unit. Simply by flamer instead of doing any sort of close combat.
Exactly.
You wait for them to come to you.
If your unit can't fight, some grenades in case it's a big monstrous creature, and a couple of flamers if it's a horde of guys.
Yeah. 2 flamers in a unit can make such a difference against any unit that's come with the assault them. All those wee 5-man units are going to have to be frightened to going anywhere near against 2 flamers.
Even the likes of 5 Terminators, you could get lucky with them two flamer templates, get 4, 5, 4, maybe 6 hits, and then knock a couple of them down dead before they get in. And I have seen it because I saw me standing in the middle of a game laughing, going, there's none left that can hit me, bar 4 hits off a flamer, or 5 hits it was, and 4 Terminators fell over dead.
It happens.
It does happen.
But then the last one, of course, to look at is the hand flamer, which is why we have some Blood Angels out.
Yeah.
The hand flamer, of course, is what? Strength 3?
3, AP
6.
It's not as good. It doesn't completely crispify Guardsman.
But it's a pistol.
It's a pistol, so you get that extra attack. We have our little jump pack guys here. In your tactical or your assault squad, you can get 2 hand flamers. Your sergeant can have 1, and your regular guy can have 1. They do cost 10 points. The sergeant's one is 10. I would have hoped they would have come in at 5, but they are that useful.
It's surprising, especially, like I say, it is Strength 3, it is AP 6, but you would be amazed how many Toughness 3 Eldar don't like getting flamered whenever they come to do an assault.
Witches and Death Cult Assassins, things like that, they really wouldn't want that because it'll, especially with the likes of Witches that get a 4-up invulnerable save in combat, that's happening before the combat. So
that's right. That's
some of them ladies are getting crispied before they get in there.
Yeah. All in their ridiculous was, I think they've only got a 6 as well for their save 2, so that's your hand flamer all the way.
I don't think Witches have a save from shooting. If they have, it's one of them pointless 6-up saves.
6-up save. It's an orc level save.
Exactly. To try and find weapons that don't have AP, you search quite a bit in your book.
Well, that's it. What do you think, guys? What do you think of flamers? Are you trying to stick as many of them into your unit as you possibly can? If you're a guard player, are you glad you kept hold of all your flamers from your boxes of guardsmen?
Is everybody hooking through their bits box, shaking it and going, where's all my
flamers going? I need to get more flamers.
I was doing that with axes last night.
That's it. All right, guys, we'll get on. We'll have a look at some more stuff for 40k, and we'll be back soon.